I'm so pleased to be joined by Camryn Bynum right now, a safety for the Minnesota Vikings, who is doing some really important work down in the Philippines after wrapping up minicamp and eventually getting ready for next season. Camryn, thanks for being with me. I know you just said it was 4 a.m. in the Philippines. Tell everybody a little
Yes.
bit about the special work that you're doing there.
Yep. So I'm in the Philippines right now. Main goal of this whole trip is to give back to the communities out here that have been hit by a typhoon. So we'll be going to Bye Bye Leyte. I'm working on my accent, but that's my great grandma's hometown. She passed last year, and I'm just not finding that out last week that that's her hometown. But we've had this plan for a while. It's been in the works, but we're going to be giving back and providing the needs of people that got hit with the typhoons that are without fresh water, without electricity, and without all the basic needs. So we'll be able to feed them, give them fresh water, and be able to do psychological first aid too, and just giving them people to talk to and to hear their story, hear what they've been going through, and see how we can help. So yeah, we've been raising money this past week and a half, 2 weeks, and still obviously trying to gain as many donations as possible to be able to help as many people as possible.
I'm so sorry to hear about your grandmother's passing, and I was reading that your mother's half Filipino as well, so clearly there's
Yes.
some really personal connections here for you. Did this feel like something that really fit into place for you at this time with the connections that you have with your family? Is your family there with you?
Yes, my mom was able to come, my sister, my aunt, 2 cousins, and 2 uncles. Two of my mom's brothers are there. And we're also having a family reunion in the city we're doing the outreach in. So it's coming full circle, finally be able to meet my family in the Philippines, because this is my first time. Then obviously my family from California, it's all of our first time being able to go out here. So like I said, it's just coming full circle. And now that I'm blessed enough to be able to travel, the main thing we want to do is be able to travel and have fun, but more so give back and be able to help people that aren't as fortunate as we are.
You know, our news cycle is so relentless because week to week, it seems like we forget about the devastation caused down in the Philippines by that typhoon because
Right.
it seems like the news just keeps on coming, right? The hits keep on coming. What have you
Exactly.
observed down there so far about what people continue to need and where people's spirits are down there?
One thing that I've seen from everybody, just being in the Philippines overall, uh, everybody seems really happy with what they have, regardless. I know today we're in on the island Cebu, and we're driving through, and the cities are destroyed. Houses are falling down. Doesn't look like there's any electricity. You see kids walking with jugs of water, and that's just driving through it. And the kids are still out there playing basketball, having fun. We go out and talk to them, and everybody just seems happy. So spirits are good, but their needs obviously need to be met. There's a lot of people without electricity still. A lot of people still evacuated, especially in the city, Bye Bye and Leyte that we're going to. A lot of people are still evacuated, don't have a roof over their head right now, don't have anywhere to cook their food, no fresh water because it's either polluted or they just don't have any running water anymore. So those are the main needs that we'll be meeting out there, all based off donations, what we can be able to provide for people.
Where can people go if they want to help?
Its link is in my bio. We started a GoFundMe. That's probably the easiest way, especially from people in the U.S. So in my bio on Instagram, check my Twitter, all social media, you'll see a link on there where you can just add to the GoFundMe. And if you're not able to help with money and donations, we just appreciate anybody's prayers for the whole event.
Yeah, absolutely. It's great work that you guys are doing. I know it's the off season, so you do have, time to kind of make your own decisions and have some time to yourself. But was the Vikings organization supportive of being away for, a good chunk of time? I think it's 3 weeks that I read that you're going to be doing this.
Yeah, so we have the time off anyways. We just finished up mini camp. So we have 6 weeks off. So I'll still be working out while I'm out here training in the Philippines, but they're all supportive, asking if I need any help, helping me plan it, helping me put the videos together to try and get as many donations as possible, and basically try to explain what's going on through the video. So they've been really supportive and helpful through this whole process.
You have a fascinating story. I was looking at your Twitter bio, and I saw a short video about, what it took for you to kind of get to this point, that you were one of these guys that maybe thought that the NFL was not a given, and yet here you are. You made the transition from corner to safety. You put in so much work to make it to the NFL, and now you find yourself in another unique position, Camryn, spending a couple of weeks doing I'm imagining some unorthodox training to get ready for next season while you're down in the Philippines. How does that work with the Vikings? I mean, is that just body conditioning that you're doing on your own? Is it more than that?
I'd say at this point of this off season, biggest workouts you could do is football stuff. So I'll be on the field doing football movements, working on my breaks as a safety, working on coverage skills as far as my footwork, and doing everything, and obviously keeping my lungs in shape and good cardio. So those are the main things I'm focusing on. This close to training camp, you got to work your football movements. Basically, everything should translate to football. So that's the main thing that I'm doing now, staying in shape with my cardio and keeping my footwork and everything on point so I can go out there and cover people, be able to backpedal and break as more efficiently coming back than when I was coming into the Philippines.
I'm sure diehard Minnesota fans were so excited to see you get a pick in your first start and just kind of watch you continue to develop and get better and better. And I know one of the things you noted, I think it was last year, was that the vision is something that you work on when you make the transition to safety. You've been able to see the whole field and grasp different concepts that maybe you didn't have to do as much of when you were a corner. Where do you feel you are in that development, and how good do you feel heading into another NFL season?
Going in from year one and now going into year two, it feels like night and day. It's crazy just the amount of reps, how much just getting reps changes things. And there's like stuff you see on film, you can write it down, but if you don't get reps at it and you don't have like the time on task of doing it as a playing safety and as being there going against a real offense and a real quarterback, it changes the game. So having a second off season and having just all these reps of my rookie season, being able to make good mistakes and bad mistakes, but learn from every single mistake possible. So that's the biggest thing that I've noticed so far. Just the amount of reps I've been able to get has helped me, and it feels like night and day. Like I just feel comfortable out there.
It's almost like all that muscle memory that you put into your body as a corner, you need to like put in new NFL muscle memory and mental
exactly
memory as you kind of take this next step in the evolution of your career. And now you're with a team that's seen some significant change, new head coach, you've got some organizational reshuffling. How much excitement is there around the Vikings organization and the new head coach?
Everybody's just excited. One thing we've been focusing on is just partnership with your teammates. So being able to go out with your teammates go paintballing or go eat together, just doing that, just making more of a team. And just that's one thing we've been focusing on all off season. Obviously the new coaching staff is different, but there's something we have to do as players to be able to know the guy next to us and know his life story and know how he reacts to coaching or how he reacts to confrontational issues, just so you can be a better teammate at the end of the day. And I think that's what really makes us better of a team, regardless of scheme, regardless of any new coaches that come in. Obviously, all that's a blessing, but it's all the players in the room at the end of the day.
Yeah, it seems like Kevin O'Connell preaches a lot of consistency and wants to give more, I want to say just emphasis or control or whatever it is to the players. It's a players-driven league anyway. I mean, you guys are the ones that have to go out and execute the game plan week in and week out. But I know it's early. Do you get the sense that he's going to be the kind of coach that is open in that way to more of a collaborative effort with you guys, or does that already exist? Is that infrastructure already there?
Yeah, it's already been there just because we have so many vets and so many older guys on our team that have been playing for a long time and playing at a high level. So I think that's always kind of been a thing just with the whole Vikings organization, even in the past. But even now, it's emphasized even more that at the end of the day, this is our team as players. Coaches are coaching, players are playing, but we're all a team and everybody's there to do their job to obviously win. Our goal is to win a Super Bowl. So that's the end goal regardless.
So just back to the Philippines, and then I'll let you go because I think it's very early where you are. Like we mentioned, I think you might have a coffee after this, so we appreciate you making the effort. I know your mornings are probably early anyway as an NFL player.
Yeah,
but,
exactly.
This is especially early for you. But, your trip, just kind of outline, you mentioned you're going to Leyte now where you're really going to kind of see a lot of what's been happening over there as a result of the typhoon. Lay out for us what the next couple of weeks hold for you and what you're excited about, just in terms of all the good work that you guys are doing over there.
So yeah, obviously we'll be out here exploring the islands, having the fun also. But like I said, the main goal is to be able to give back. So we have the outreach coming on. The main day is the 17th, but we'll go out there a few days early or day early to start setting up, start seeing what everybody needs. They've already been scoping that out. So doing that, then even after publicizing it more and like trying to get more awareness to what's going on in the Philippines as far as typhoons and all the destruction. And also I'll be working out of a food truck out here, being able to drive around, not me driving, but I'll be in there cooking and partnering with the church again and be able to feed kids and feed everybody in the town. And I just find that super fun, just being able to go out there and just love people and be able to basically provide for them. So I'll be in a food truck working, doing that.
Did they get a real kick out of an NFL player being over there making a difference, really kind of with your hands? I mean, just out among the people of the Philippines.
Football is not that big out here, but it's still a big deal to them. And I feel so blessed that they're welcoming of people, because obviously basketball is the biggest thing ever out here. So American football is not the biggest in the Philippines. So they don't know like exactly who I am or whatever, but they're thankful and happy, asking for hugs, asking for pictures. And it's so cool to me. And it's such a blessing to be able to be in this position, be able to help all these people.
That's really great work that you're doing. Thanks for spending the time with us. And I hope you can make a real difference over there. And best of luck this upcoming season.
Yep. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.